Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the 12 to 14 week update because I did want to do them weekly, but obviously the world has decided to get itself a pandemic. So things have been a little bit crazy, especially in the last week, and I thought I'd update from where we basically announced to today. So naturally we're going to be touching on coronavirus. I can't avoid it. I tried to at the beginning. I tried to mute it on Twitter and it didn't work. It is now very much part of my life, and you know, we're in this for possibly 12 weeks now. I will be indoors for that time until the government says I can't, or can go outside, shall I say. So it's weird, it's very weird being pregnant and going through a pandemic. Really don't advise it. Maybe if you're gonna be at home this time, maybe think about not getting pregnant, because it's a bit weird to be pregnant during a pandemic. But you know, it is what it is. We've got to get through it. We'll be okay. The baby will be born fine. Life is life. It is just a bit of a bummer to know that like things are being cancelled, and I will touch on that in a bit, for being pregnant, and it has dampened the experience a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. You can tell me it'll be okay and everything's fine and the baby will be worth it, but when you're in this situation, it's hard to get your head around that things have been squashed that you didn't expect to, and the experience you plan in your head has changed. So I'm going to touch on 12 weeks, which was like when we announced, and well, we technically announced at 11 and a few days. No, we did announce on 12 weeks, dead on. We announced on 12 weeks up till now, which is 14 weeks and 5 days. Yeah. So we, as I say, we found out 11 weeks and 4 days. We thought we were 12 weeks and 5, so we were actually like nearly a week out, which was good. Because the baby was fine and measured happily. The scan was really amazing. It's nerve-wracking, but it was at 9 AM, so it was really good timing. And it was just like first thing of the day, get there, drink so much water. I literally drank the most water I've ever drunk in my whole life, because I just wanted it to be, I wanted it to happen and work and be fine. And as soon as you literally lay down, top up, thingy on your stomach, bam, there's a baby on the screen. And it's so weird because you spent these last like 6 weeks or so feeling rubbish, feeling like something's going on, but you can't connect yourself to a possible baby. And then when you see it on the screen just like chilling, and there's like even a little wave, which you can probably see in the scan photos, it's just crazy that it's just chilling and you can't feel that, especially at that point. So it was really quite emotional. Like, I tried not to cry because I didn't want it to affect scanning. I wanted it to like stay still. But yeah, it was a really nice experience. Did have to have another blood test, which I wasn't expecting, but needs must. Had my flu jab, which feels more apt than ever, which obviously doesn't protect against corona, but it was good for other flus. And yeah, then that was that. Went to work, and the next few days after that I announced it. So yeah, you know, everything's happy, and that was before all of this lockdown stuff, so it was quite nice. Nothing was tainted at that point. So then we went on to week 12 properly, and my sickness was still there. I was still being sick every single morning, as I say, between 8 AM and 8:30, which is kind of when I get up. And it was really starting to get like annoying, and over week 13, which was kind of last week, it really just was like, oh, I'm getting quite fed up with this now. I can't keep throwing up every morning. It was the first thing I did, and I couldn't stop it. Nothing worked. Like, if people try and tell you these things, nothing works. If it's gonna happen, it will happen. I was getting tired of that, but it's fine. You can do it. But it was literally 3 months solid of throwing up, which was very, you know, you can't get your head around that normally. Like, if I said to you, like, without being pregnant, throw up every morning, you'd worry, because it is a bit weird. So last week was week 13, and that's when things started to kick off a little bit more in terms of the virus. And I was told my midwife appointment for week 16 was going to be cancelled, but I would rearrange it and then she'd come to the house, which I thought was fine, because then week 13 they basically said pregnant people need to stay in. So last Tuesday I made the decision to not go into the office anymore, because everything was fine, and then it all just kind of snowballed. So I decided I wouldn't go into the office anymore, which is a hard decision because, you know, I like being around a team. I like having a purpose of getting up and going to somewhere. So that was quite tricky, but you know, it was okay. I've had quite a few wobbles over the last like 2 weeks, especially because hormones have, like, there's been days where I've just cried and it's like hard. So when the coronavirus started hitting like the news, there was one day that I just kept crying at everything. I actually had the day off work because I was meant to see clients all day. I just couldn't stop crying. Like, it wasn't even about anything or corona, it was just I was crying. So I actually had to tell my colleagues, like, I can't do today, I literally am just crying all day. Even when Dan got home, he didn't really believe me, I don't think, and then he mentioned something about corona, like not even anything important, and I lost it. I just, tears everywhere. I think he was a bit shocked, like, that's not normal for you. Like, I'm not a very cryy person. But yeah, that was weird. And then I think after that it started to snowball. So I decided to not go into the office anymore. And then after that it was very much like everyone stopped working. You know, if you could work from home, you did. And where are we now? We're on Thursday. So it's been over a week and a half. Yeah, a week and a half that I've stayed at home. And it's fine. I mean, it's not fun. I miss going out and going to the shops and things being easy, but it's what it is. So then so last week I called my midwife team to rearrange that appointment, which would be in like 3 weeks' time, and they said because everything's changing so rapidly, we're not going to see you at all. Like, we're not going to come to your house, we're not going to see you in the surgery, like no more face-to-face visits. And that was hard, because you picture having these regular appointments, going to the doctors, having your weight checked and your blood pressure and all that fun, well, not fun stuff, but part of the experience at the end of the day. I know it's not fun and it's a bit of a pain to go out every day, but it's part of the experience until you've, you know, it's easy for people who've had that to say, oh, it's not important, but it is when it's you and you want to be happy, you know, especially right now. I want to be happy that the baby's happy. So she said, oh, it's fine, you know, it's only a reassurance for you. It's a blood test results like chat, and then you get to hear the baby's heartbeat, and that floored me. Like, I was burst into tears, and I couldn't get my head around how someone could just say you just hear the heartbeat and it's fine. Like, I need reassurance more than ever right now, and it was just horrible to hear that you don't get those experiences. And that's where I've been quite, not bitter, but sad that people aren't taking this seriously, because imagine if this was your pregnancy and you got told you can't have things because of, you know, essentially other people's actions, not being safe and all the rest of it. So it really did hurt to know that, I think she said something like, we won't be doing face-to-face until you're 28 weeks. And that's hard, because a phone call does not make up for all those face-to-face things. Like, even I was meant to have a urine test, like what happens there? I don't know. And there's a few sort of uncertain questions now, and there's nothing that a phone call feels like it can do. And I know that we need to keep the midwife safe so that they can deliver, because that's obviously the main, you know, that is the biggest priority of the whole experience, but it is hard. It's okay. I just got really upset about it all, because I just want this to be over. And with hormones and everything else, it really does start to, you're allowed to be upset about it if you need to be. So that's been hard, but we've got through it. The last 2 weeks have been from scan to a lockdown. It's been very quick and weird to get your head around, but it's fine. And the bump has officially popped, which is really nice, because it's starting to feel like there's something, you know, we're in it together now. There's me and a bump, and now each week is going to be kind of a lot quicker. Like, I think they could start hearing next week, which would be nice. And from the week after that they'll double in size, and I think it's like the size of a lemon or something at the moment, or an avocado. So there's definitely like something happening. I have got my 20-week scan in May, early May, and I'm praying that happens. I can't imagine that they'd cancel it, because obviously it's important for the baby's health, but I do wonder if there's going to be any changes or anything, because that's when the peak of the virus is expected. So I'm hoping it happens and goes ahead when it says it should. And obviously I hope that Dan can still be there and stuff like that, like if they limit any numbers or anything. It's been weird to be going through a pandemic when you're pregnant, just because I can't share this with anyone. Like, even my colleagues will probably next see me. Yeah, they see me on camera, as in like face-to-face on FaceTime, but they won't see me with a bump until like probably 30 weeks, which is just going to be insane, especially because I'm getting bigger already. Most of my clothes don't fit, as in like trousers and stuff. I have one pair of jeans left, and I'm living in leggings, which is probably a good thing that I'm working from home. But yeah, I am a bit concerned about things like, do we need to buy anything before the world kind of locks down officially? I know it sounds a bit hasty, but my biggest concern is all the delivery stops, and then we don't have a crib or something silly like that. Like, do we buy formula just in case I can't feed? It's all those little bits, and I'm trying to eat as healthily as I can, but obviously we can't go to the shops, everything's being delivered, and it's just very strange. But we are getting through it, and we will be fine, and the baby's happy, and that's all that matters really. So yeah, it's not been the most uplifting update, but everything is good, and everyone keeps checking in on me, and people have sent me like presents and stuff, so it really does help. So I thought I would show you the bump kind of thing, just because it'd be nice to look back on. And yeah, I thought I would also mention this product, which is Neil's Yard. It is the Mother's Balm, which is essentially like a big tub of like Vaseline type stuff, and I've been using this on my bump and like around my legs and hips and stuff, because I am getting stretch marks. I didn't think I'd get any, but I have more on my hips, I think, because I'm quite slim. I think it's taken a lot for my skin to stretch more than I thought. So although it's nice being slim, it hasn't probably helped me, because I'm like going, what is this? I'm not used to stretching this much. So it's a bit weird to get my head around stretch marks, but I'm happy about it. There's a lot worse things that could happen in life. So yeah, just been using that like in the evenings to try and help. I mean, it says it prevents stretch marks, but I don't think anything officially could. And yeah, just trying to get through it. I mean, I haven't had a nail appointment in weeks, and because I'm taking vitamins, they are growing at an extortionate rate. You probably can't really see it, but it's probably a good thing. Need to get my eyebrows done. Luckily I had a haircut the other week, but it's just very strange. So hopefully I'll still get all the appointments that I wanted, antenatal classes. I did want a private scan at 16 weeks, but we won't be able to have that now. So yeah, it is what it is, but we are all good, and I'm in a good mood today. If I'm in a good mood like during the day, all is well. Sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, no, I'm in a bad mood today. And obviously having a holiday cancelled was weird. So yes, let's see the bump, and then we will sign off, and I will see you again in a few weeks' time. So you can't really see, I've got proper jeans on, not like maternity jeans. But when you turn to the side, minus that bit of my jeans, that is the bump. Quite round, quite high, quite happy. I mean, you can really see it when you look at it like that. Like, that's not normal for me. And by the end of the day, you can really see it as well. Like, especially like last thing of the day. So yeah, that is me in a nutshell. All is well, all is good. And I hope to do more updates as the time goes on. And naturally, like, this virus is probably gonna be my whole pregnancy now, but trying to remain optimistic. And if you can share any of your favourite YouTubers or advice or anything to get me through that will help make it an easier process, then please send them. Hope you're all well, keep safe, make sure you wash your hands, look after each other, and eat well as well. Cool, see you later.